Hello friends. Well, I am Sunil Ranjan and I am making these videos for you so that you upgrade the standard of your English. So just two or three sentence expressions are no expressions. You've got to know a lot more if you want to express yourself better. So now in this session I have come up with the word chain and the spelling Chain. So this is chain and of course the pronunciation is chain, quite easy. And chain, it's a set of connected or related things. Well, it's a set of connected or related things to tie or connect together. Well, that's the verb form. To tie or connect together with a chain. When you are using a chain and connecting, that also means to chain something. Well, now coming up with the sentences, the expressions that you can use in your speaking or in your writing, and of course that develops your communication skills. Now the sentence is: students chain their bikes to the railings. Students chained their bikes to the railings, means students going to school or students going to college. So there were some railings and they chained their bikes to the railings. So the sentence is: students chained their bikes to the railings. Now the next sentence is: Japan is made up of a chain of islands in the Pacific Ocean. Japan is made up of a chain of islands in the Pacific Ocean. So chain of islands means a group of islands connected. Now the third sentence is: she had a diamond ring on his finger. She had a diamond ring on his finger and a large gold chain around her neck. I repeat, she had a diamond ring on her finger. I'm sorry, I said his finger, that's wrong. So she had a diamond ring on her finger and a large gold chain around her neck. Now the next one is: the prisoners were kept in chains. The prisoners were kept in chains in order to prevent them from escaping. So I repeat, the prisoners were kept in chains in order to prevent them from escaping, so that they don't run away. Now the next one is: we were fascinated. We were fascinated by the chain of mountains stretching miles and miles. So we were fascinated means we liked very much watching the mountains. So we were fascinated by the chain of mountains stretching miles and miles, means going for miles and miles, and there seemed to be no end of the mountains. Now the next one is: it took him 25 years. It took him 25 years to build his business up. It took him 25 years to build his business up from one small hotel, to a chain of hotels across the world. Well, you must be thinking about the person. Of course, the person is MS Oberoi from India, and we have 37 five-star hotels, the Oberoi hotels across the world. So he had his beginning by opening a small hotel, and now it's a history. So we have the next sentence: he chained his bicycle to a post. He chained his bicycle to a post inside the post office campus. So there was post office and he's chained his bicycle to a post. So inside the post office campus. So post is a pole or something, some structure like that, that is also called post. Now the next one is: she does not like spending whole day chained to her home. She does not like spending whole day chained to her home. Means she doesn't want to remain inside her home all day. She feels as if she has been chained, so she wants to get out of her house. So the sentence is: she does not like spending whole day chained to her home. Now the next sentence is: I hope friends you are enjoying, and I am giving you the sentences that can be formed with the word chain. Now the next one is the well-known fast food chain. The well-known fast food chain, and you already know McDonald's or Domino's. They are chain of hotels. So the sentence is the well-known fast food chain has expanded in a big way, means it has grown in a big way. The next sentence is, do you know about the chain of events? Means many events happened. So it came up as a chain of events. So do you know about the chain of events that led to World War I? Do you know about the chain of events that led to World War I? The next sentence is, the salesmen are just one link in the chain of distribution. You see how standard the sentence is? Yes. So the salesmen are just one link in the chain of distribution. Now the next sentence is, they formed a human chain. Now human beings are there. Yes, of course. So they formed a human chain to highlight their grievances. Means they had some problems. So they had certain grievances and they wanted to complain. So the sentence is, they formed a human chain to highlight their grievances. Now the next sentence is, the hardcore criminals. The hardcore criminals means serious criminals. The hardcore criminals were led away in chains. Means they were chained and then they were taken away. So the hardcore criminals were led away in chains. Now the next sentence is, the Oberoi is an international hotel chain. As I told you earlier about Oberoi. So the sentence is, the Oberoi is an international hotel chain. Now coming to the next sentence, the gates were held shut. The gates that you close, the gates were held shut. So the gates were held shut with a chain and a padlock. A chain and a lock was used. So the gates were held shut means they were closed with a chain and a padlock. The next sentence is, the elephants were chained up by their legs. Elephants are often chained. So the elephants were chained up by their legs so that they couldn't move. Okay. Now the next sentence is, lock the door and put chains on. Lock the door and put chains on. So this is how a person is telling someone to lock the doors and put chains on. So lock the door and put chains on. Now the next one is, he opened the door. He opened the door, allowing it to reach only the length of the chain. Now see how nice this sentence is. And when you learn a lot, you express a lot and in a better way. Yes. So the sentence is, he opened the door, allowing it to reach only the length of the chain. So when you listen to it again and again, you'll get the idea of this sentence. I repeat, he opened the door, allowing it to reach only the length of the chain. Now the next sentence is, the dogs were leaping, jumping. So the dogs were leaping and growling. The dogs were leaping and growling, barking very loudly. So the dogs were leaping and growling at the full stretch of their chains. At the full stretch of their chains means the length of the chains. So at the full stretch of their chains means the dogs were leaping and growling. That's how they were behaving, the dogs. So they were chained indeed, but they were leaping and growling. Maybe something happens, some stranger came. So the next sentence is, when you break your chains of habit. Now, see how nice this sentence is. When you break the chains of habit means when you give up certain habits. Of course, there may be some bad habits. Okay, so when you break your chains of habit, you change your life. How nice this sentence is. When you break your chains of habit, you change your life. Now, the next sentence is, they were sitting together. They were sitting together in their cell. Cell is the small room in a jail. So they were sitting together in their cell, chained to the wall. So the wall was there and they were sitting together and they were chained. So they were sitting together in their cell, chained to the wall. And the next sentence is, all the boats, of course boats are in the river or in the sea. So all the boats were chained up, means they were tied together. So, and the next sentence, we have already finished 23 sentences. And yes, now the 24th sentence is coming up here. And it is one of India's biggest clothing chains. It is one of India's biggest clothing chains. So you may talk about Adidas, you may talk about Peter England. They are clothing chains. So it is one of India's biggest clothing chains. And the last one, my dear friends, I hope this session has not been boring for you. I have tried to make it as interesting as possible. And of course, knowledge is knowledge. When you get knowledge, you feel very happy, you feel elated, you feel better. And the last sentence is, professional photographers, not the amateur. Amateur are the beginners. So professional means the expert. So professional photographers capture the chain of events. Professional photographers capture the chain of events in a marriage ceremony. So when there is a marriage ceremony, so many events take place. So what do professional photographers do? They capture the chain of events, means all the events are connected to one another. So they capture the chain of events in a marriage ceremony. So my dear friends, this is all for now. And yes, if you have subscribed to my channel, well, thank you very much. If you haven't subscribed, you subscribe, because then I'll be coming up with final videos for you, and I will also feel encouraged and elated. Yes, of course. Thank you very much for watching.